takes guts. Running for president, believe me, takes guts. It takes a lot of guts, believe me. And even for the politicians they run, at least they're out on the line. And then you see the dishonesty. You see where I won Louisiana, and then I find out that I'm not supposed to get as many delegates as a person that I beat. What kind of stuff is that? And somebody said, well, there's a rule and another rule. And I don't care about rules, folks. I go out, I campaign, we win. We win. We get the delegates, right?
All right, folks. And by the way, there are 42 of those delegates up for grabs on the Republican side, 86 up on the Democrat side tonight in Wisconsin. Joining us now, Rachel Campos-Duffy, conservative pundit, national spokesperson with the LIBRE Initiative, and wife of Congressman Sean Duffy from the great state of Wisconsin. Hello, Rachel.
Thanks for having me on. And by the way, congratulations on your CNN interview today. That was awesome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It was fun. All right, so let me ask you. What's going to happen in Wisconsin? You're plugged in?
Well, if I had to predict, I predict Ted is going to eke this thing out, maybe by 5-6 points. But I think up in my district, which we are up in the northwestern corner, there's definitely a lot more Trump voters. I think he may win this district, Green Bay, but there's a really strong, hardcore conservative Republican population in the southeast of Wisconsin. These are the people who are the best organized, the most politically active, and they're very conservative, and they really like Ted Cruz.
All right, so if Cruz has to win, obviously. If Trump wins Wisconsin,
he's done.
He's done. I mean, even then I don't see him dropping out. But he's just done. But if Trump, who was 10 points down a week ago, could almost equal, pull up a significant number of delegates and not lose by much, like you said, 5 points or less. He's got the calendar, has the or should I say the roadmap goes his way. Look at the states. I mean, New York, he has a 30-point lead. He's winning big in Pennsylvania. You got Maryland.
Agreed.
You got all these states that are friendly to Trump coming up.
Agreed, and that's why I think that the #NoTrump people were smart to put so much money into Wisconsin as they did. And then Trump made several huge blunders. I mean, one of them is he keeps telling us that he's got this he's going to hire the best people around him, and his company is surrounded by all the best people. But what happened to his campaign? I mean, no one told him on his team that hitting Scott Walker was a dumb idea. We like Scott Walker, and the reforms are working, and our tax bills are going down. So it was not a really smart move on his part to come in attacking Scott Walker. And Ted Cruz was really smart to, obviously ingratiate himself to Scott and get that endorsement. I mean, Scott could have remained neutral, but he went in for Ted, and I think that, that gives him a few points.
Yeah, Rachel, I think
Ted's got the better ground game.
Yep.
He's definitely moving smartly through Wisconsin.
Yeah, I think the problem is the people on his campaign, they don't tell Trump what to do. He does what they tell. In other words, he tells them what to do. Nobody tells Trump what to do. And I think that's problematic. You've been involved in campaigns with your husband. You need people around you who, especially if you've never done it before, who know the lay of the land.
Well, I mean, it was interesting. Last night you had, Melania Trump speaking to Sean Hannity, and she said, "Well, I tell him not to retweet, and I tell him to start acting presidential." And I love that she's out there. I think she's beautiful. I think she's smart. But the reality is, I'm a political spouse too, and I think I tell my husband those things too, but I think my husband listens. And I think she's married to someone who doesn't listen. And that's a problem, because at some point, even if you love Donald Trump, there is a certain humility that is important in this job. And you see that even play out in his lack of curiosity, maybe, I don't know, in policy. I mean, he hasn't really delved in, and it takes humility to bring in people, and they know more than you. And guess what? You have to be the apprentice,
absolutely,
instead of the chairman of the board.
That's a very good,
real flaw.
Very good analogy, Rachel. Very good analogy. Listen, great talking to you. Come back soon. Say hello to your husband, and I appreciate your time. We're taking your calls next, folks. 877-639-7629. 877 Newsmax.